Singles are bombarded by temptations constantly. Wow, that's the understatement of the year. What can we do to combat these temptations? There's never been a greater bombardment of temptation in any culture in the world than this culture. I mean, you just mentioned it. You just click on something and wham, you get thrown, you know.
So it's either, I believe it's either Proverbs 5 or 6. It has the undiscerning youth. And he's going near her corner at dark. He doesn't know that those steps lead to death. But that's where he is. It's dark, and he's near her corner. Everybody knows what her corner is. First, I think we have to cultivate lives that are radically different than the normal life. The normal life right now is very unhealthy. You're not going to be a normal person and be healthy in this category. You can't be going near her corner when it's dark. The undiscerning youth goes there. He doesn't know that the steps lead to death and they don't come back.
Fight the battle where it's easy, not where it's hard. Like all of us are battling. I mean, I don't know when the last time I looked at porn. A long time ago. God has given me victory, but it doesn't mean I haven't gotten out of the fight. I have to fight, but I fight it where I can win those battles, and it's with making a vow with your eyes not to even look at any indecency, even in the church. Young girl walks by. No, I'm not gonna lose this battle. You know, and you fight it with soft images, or what other people would think is benign, and maybe it is benign, but you're not going to risk it. You take the battle with the little images of, I'm not going to look at women in bathing suits. I'm not going to look at, this or that. Because if you lose those battles, you're setting yourself up for a more severe battle, and a more severe battle. And you got to win the easy ones. So if you're not looking at porn, keep yourself from it by making sure you're battling constantly these easy battles to win, and don't give any license to temptation in any area of your life, but especially when it comes to. I asked my dad once before I was married. I said, "Why does this have to be so hard? Why does it have to be so hard?" Just to be honest, I never asked my dad these hard questions, but I did that one. I was like, "Why does it have to be hard?" I mean, men are made to be stimulated by images and visual images, and it doesn't take a lot to stimulate us, or to perk our eyes open, or to be intrigued or excited. And it's a beautiful thing in marriage, but the devil knows, that's for us men, that's a battle, and so you have to guard your eyes.
The invasion forces only get bigger, so deal with the little one and send them on their way, because if you don't, there's a bigger siege force behind it. And the problem with pornography is that the forces will devour you if you let them run. They will devour you.
You can always be fighting these battles so far downstream that it's always intense and always brutal, and you can forget that it actually doesn't have to be like that. If you fight them upstream, then you still will have times of intense, brutal battles, but it's not all the time. So just to everybody in the room, if you've been fighting it downstream so it feels like it can never be anything else but intense and brutal all the time, that's just not true. You're fighting the battle at the wrong point. You have to come upstream, just like these brothers have been saying. And then you'll still have intense, brutal moments, but the time between intense temptation really stretches out, and that's what you want. You can win in that environment. When you go downstream where it's intense and brutal all the time, you win, but it's still nipping at your heels. It's still at your door all the time, and that's a recipe for losing.
And go get married.
Yeah, go get married. You know, upstream, this is a good word. The definition of upstream is David in Psalm 101. I will set no unclean thing before my eyes. So stop watching flicks that have immoral scenes in them. Stop watching that. It only lights a fire. You have to starve the dragon, or the dragon will overcome you. And you starve the dragon by starving him upstream. You don't give him anything to eat. And hey, you know, most of the songs, most of the films give the dragon food. And he just gets bigger and bigger and bigger the more food you give him. But you want to emaciate him by setting no unclean thing before your eyes. Jeff, what was it? You quoted a passage of Scripture. You said it. There's a companion, same idea. You said it. I can't remember what it was. But it was that same idea of, you know, fighting the battle in the small.
Yeah. Was it Job? I made a vow to look at no.
Yes, yes. Job's covenant with his eyes. Don't look at anything. Keep looking away. Stuff's going to get thrown up at you. You have to look away.